Something really strange is going on in the world of AI right now, and it's got all the makings of a great tech mystery. We're talking a phantom model, vanishing digital clues, and what looks like a massive, high-stakes gamble by the most famous AI lab on the planet.
I mean, just imagine this for a second. What if a company like OpenAI decided to secretly unleash its newest, most powerful creation on the world, without telling anyone, just to see what it could do?
No big press release, no flashy announcement, no one even taking credit, just a piece of software that appears out of nowhere and starts quietly outperforming everything else. The crazy part is, this isn't some what-if scenario. It looks like it's actually happening.
Take a look at this. You're looking at the EQ Bench leaderboard. Now, this is a seriously tough benchmark that tests an AI's emotional intelligence and its creative reasoning skills. And right there, at the very top, this new, totally anonymous model called Horizon Alpha just shows up and blows everyone else out of the water. So the question on everyone's mind is, what on earth is it?
Okay, so let's start with the Phantom itself. The way Horizon Alpha just appeared wasn't just weird. It was completely unheard of.
So here's the rundown. On July 31st, it just popped up on OpenRouter, which is this hub where people go to test out different AI models. No author listed, no manual, nothing. And yet, it immediately rockets to #1 on EQ Bench. And it's not just good at math problems, it's crushing it at these really nuanced, creative, long-form writing tasks. The stuff that's basically the holy grail for AI development. It seems to think and write with a whole new level of skill.
So while the entire AI world is buzzing about Horizon Alpha, a second, just as bizarre event happens. We get a digital breadcrumb trail that then just vanishes into thin air.
2 repositories on GitHub, apparently linked to OpenAI employee accounts, suddenly became public for a very short time. The names were, well, they were cryptic. Yofo Wildflower and Yofo Deep Current, but the tags GPTOSS and POSS were the real clue. The community jumped on it, and the consensus was pretty quick. This probably stands for GPT open source software, and it looked like there were 2 of them, a 20 billion parameter model and a monster 120 billion one. And then, poof, they were gone. Delete.
All right, this is where it starts to feel like a detective story. Because when you put these 2 mysteries side by side, the Phantom model and those deleted files, the details start lining up in a way that's, well, it's pretty hard to just call it a coincidence.
I mean, look at how the puzzle pieces just click into place. Horizon Alpha is ridiculously fast. The leaked files, they talk about a mixture of experts architecture, which is a design built specifically for speed. Horizon Alpha has a massive context window to remember long conversations. The leaks, they mention sliding window attention, a technique for handling long sequences. The model also seems to lack the usual safety filters, which is exactly what you'd expect from a raw, base model before it's been fine-tuned. And to top it off, it can handle images, which was also hinted at in the files.
And then you get the smoking gun. Developers started straight up asking the model, "Who made you?" And it just answers, "I'm an OpenAI language model. I was created by OpenAI." No evasion, no coyness. It just admits it. And that, of course, just lit a fire under the speculation that this was some kind of secret test for GPT-5.
So this story isn't just about a new model. It's about the tech powering it. All this evidence suggests that OpenAI might have actually pulled off a major, fundamental breakthrough in how these giant AI models are built and run. And at the heart of all this is a concept called mixture of experts, or MOE. The easiest way to think about it is this. Instead of one enormous, slow brain trying to do everything, imagine you have a team of highly specialized experts. And when a task comes in, a smart router looks at it and says, okay, for this job, I need you, you, and you. It only activates the small group of experts needed for that one task. That's the secret sauce that makes it so fast and efficient.
So it works like this. Your request comes in, the router picks its dream team of experts. Only that small team actually powers on to do the work. And boom, you get a really fast, really efficient answer. This explains how a model that's potentially 120 billion parameters strong can feel so nimble and quick. It's efficiency baked right into the design.
And to really get why this efficiency is a game changer, look at this. A traditional model of that size, a 120 billion parameter one, typically needs something in the ballpark of 240 gigabytes of VRAM to run.
I mean, that is just way beyond what even the most serious home computer setup could ever handle. We're talking data center level hardware.
But, and this is a huge but, those leaked files mentioned a little detail called FP4 precision. If the model is actually using that, the memory it needs could drop all the way down to just 60 gigabytes. Now that is a massive difference. All of a sudden, you're talking about something that could run on a high-end workstation, not something that requires a warehouse full of servers.
But here's the really big question for all the tech fans out there. Is this incredible FP4 efficiency something they figured out how to do during the training of the model, or is it just a clever compression trick they use after it's already built? Now, training a model directly in such a low-precision format is the holy grail. It's super difficult because you can lose important data, making it hard for the AI to learn properly. The fact that the leaked files showed no signs of any compression step is what has people thinking OpenAI might have actually cracked the code on ultra-efficient training itself. That would be a monumental breakthrough.
So why all the secrets? Why the phantom model and the disappearing files? Well, to understand the why, you really have to look at the immense pressure that OpenAI has been under. None of this is happening in a bubble.
First off, a planned $3 billion acquisition they were counting on completely fell apart. Then, their most important partner, Microsoft, reportedly stepped in and blocked the deal. And then, to add insult to injury, their biggest rival, Google, just went in and hired away that same startup's best engineers. I mean, that's just a brutal string of strategic losses, one after another.
And at the same time, the competition is just exploding from every direction. You've got powerful new models coming out of China. In Europe, Mistral is absolutely killing it in the open source space. And internally, there are rumors flying around about a massive new funding round that includes a mind-boggling $20 billion penalty if they don't hit their big goals. The pressure to deliver something huge has to be off the charts.
So what is OpenAI's play here? When you put all the clues together, the phantom model, the leaked files, the intense pressure, it all seems to point toward a couple of big possibilities.
Okay, so theory 1, Horizon Alpha is basically GPT-5 Lite. It's a test version that they've put out in the real world to collect data and see how it behaves before they launch the real commercial version. Theory 2, this is a huge pivot to open source. The GPTOSS models are their big move to fight back against competitors like Mistral and get back in the good graces of the developer community.
But maybe it's not a simple either-or. What if it's both? What if Horizon Alpha and the leaked open source models are really just two sides of the same coin? It's one core technological breakthrough, just packaged in two different ways. A polished, aligned model for public testing, and a raw, base model for developers to play with.
And that really leaves us with one last massive question. Is OpenAI just testing a new product here, or are they testing a whole new philosophy? A philosophy that re-engages with the open source world that many thought they had abandoned? We don't have the answer, yet. But what's clear is that something very, very big is coming.